Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to episode 3 of the BurtnBurger Show. I am one of your hosts, Burger, and today I have a really special guest with me today, and it's my beautiful cousin, Bert. How are we doing today, Bert?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, is that some crystal clearness I'm hearing from your end?
It is. Yes.
Oh, boy. You want to tell our lovely audience members what you ended up investing in?
So, after last week, you went ahead and upgraded your microphone, so I thought I'd step up my game as well. I ended up getting the hell's this thing called? Oh, that's right. The little Blue Yeti, dude. It's not too bad. I'm kind of playing with it a little bit because I'm in college and I got box fans running. It's a little wonky at the moment, but I'm pretty happy with it so far.
Yeah, so if you guys hear fucking in the background, that's just Bert's roommates. It's not us or anybody important. No, we're really hoping for this podcast to take off because I spent a little bit of dough here getting this microphone set up. So, if you guys can start sending us about $100 an episode, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
We have an exciting episode for you today. You know what? No, let's be honest. We have a shitty episode for you today. Bert says he's not feeling it, so it's going to be ass. So, so I'm excited to see how this goes. But, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. First things first, good old Super Bowl was last weekend.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty exciting.
Sure was. See, my gut was telling me the 49ers were going to win, but the Chiefs ended up winning, and that's who I wanted to win, so I have a nice hard on right now. I know you're disappointed there, Bert, but,
I wasn't super invested in either of the teams, I just kind of wanted the 49ers because I had their tight end for, one season, but it was kind of cool, hearing the background about how their what's his name, Andy Reid or whatever, how he's been working really hard and he's finally been paid off,
Yeah, I found this picture of him on the internet where he's holding up the Lombardi trophy and that motherfucker just looks so happy. I literally have it as my lock screen on my phone.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. I had some bad feeling. I've seen some weird pictures of him and he kind of looked like he could have been a dick at times. But even in the post-game interviews and stuff, he seemed really cool.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for him and everything, and it was a great game. The Chiefs were down by a little bit there, and they ended up coming back and making something of it. So I'm real happy. Patty Mahomes got a ring, and so did Kelsey and Andy Reid, of course, and Tyreek Hill, all those guys. So good for the Kansas City Chiefs. So it was a good game, but I tell you what, that halftime show, am I right? Holy fuck, dude. I don't know what it is, but there's a good chance that I am literally in love with Shakira. I think she might be my soulmate.
Yeah, I definitely think that was going through a lot of people's heads. However many people were watching that, I bet it translated a lot of people doing some Google searches when they got home.
Did you say some cooch searches?
Yeah.
Oh, man, no, but seriously, gosh, I don't know what it is about her. I even listened to her music on Spotify afterwards. I felt like a fucking bitch listening to Shakira on Spotify, but I don't know if it's just that Latina culture or what, but gosh, there is just something super fucking sexy about that.
Yeah, too bad. I mean, I don't know why, but I feel like in some of her songs, she just kind of has, I don't know, she goes into this weird belly voice, and it kind of sounds manly. I don't like it, but...
Yeah, no, I kind of know what you mean by that.
It's kind of weird.
When she's not doing that, though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Holy shit. Yeah, and then, boy, I tell you what, that girl's hips do not lie. Holy shit. If my brother wasn't in the room with you guys, I wouldn't give a shit. I was getting ready to whack one out right there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness! And then J-Lo had to come on and be a slut and a whore and some porn star and shit like that. That pissed me off.
Yeah, that was pretty extreme. He brought the pole
Mm-hmm.
out, you know.
Yeah, I forgot about the
That
poll.
was
I was more talking
hilarious.
about the time where she turned around, faced her ass towards the camera, and just bent right over with that little skimpy one piece on.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I don't know if she thought she had to tie her shoes real fast or what, but that was just slutty.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was pretty impressive for all the
Mm-hmm.
poor kids that are watching. You know?
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I heard a big thing about it was, like, the way Shakira was dancing. I mean, it seems sexual to us, but I guess that's really a part of that culture that she's from.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more respectable, I guess, but J-Lo just came out like a whore.
Yeah.
And I have no idea who that other guy was. That guy,
I
like, in the
love that.
fucking aluminum foil.
Yes, I love that guy so much. That was my favorite.
I don't even... Who the hell was he? Do you know who he was?
I have no idea. Probably should have looked it up, but no,
Yeah,
he was,
seriously.
because I don't know if it was the same guy who showed up later. Because unless he did a wardrobe change,
Oh, yeah.
it's probably the
No.
same guy.
Yeah, and how he had J-Lo back right up on his cock and everything
yeah.
like that. I'm like, oh my goodness. I saw this post that said, I can't wait till it's 2050 and the Super Bowl halftime show has people that are blatantly naked and fucking.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
good one.
huge orgy.
Oh yeah, just open it up to the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. But one more thing I wanted to touch on at that halftime show was when Shakira pulled out the electric guitar and just started rocking.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I told you, boy, she could fuck me with the strap on if she wanted to. I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But it turns out the guitar wasn't even plugged in, so.
Yeah, I figured, but I don't know. It looked convincing, you know.
Yeah, no. I don't know. There's just something real sexy about Shakira. I don't know what it is, but I definitely enjoyed that show. I was mesmerized. I really was. And I saw something on Facebook that said you can look at a naked body and appreciate it without it being sexual. And I was thinking to myself, nah, no fucking way. No fucking way. But then I saw Shakira, and although I did want to whack one out, I was like, this is really beautiful.
It's impressive. Yeah.
The way that ass bounces, I mean, that's just mesmerizing. That's poetry right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. So speaking of boners, I went to lunch with my Uncle Scott last week.
Yeah. How did that go?
Oh my goodness. So, I have some updates for you lovely audience members about my amazing Uncle Scott. So, him and I went out to lunch last weekend because I went home for Super Bowl. And, you know, he bought me some food, you know, like the little sweetheart he is. And then he bought me some Dairy Queen. And we sat there and ate our ice cream together. And I just randomly, I was nervous. I was nervous to bring up this show to him. I really was. And I finally brought it up, and I'm like, well, me and my cousin started this radio show and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, do you want to know the number one thing people like what we talk about? He says, what? And I said, you. He didn't say nothing. He didn't fucking say nothing. And I ended up saying some stuff to him. I'm like, yeah, no, I talk about how you're a piece of shit and you're an asshole and you're lazy and you work at Walmart. And, you know, I started feeling bad because I was insulting him, and Scott starts laughing.
Mm-hmm.
He does a cute little giggle, and later on when I'm taking him home, because it's wintertime and he doesn't ride his moped, so, well, I guess him and I aren't going to two-seater his moped anyways.
I would pay for that. I'd pay to see that.
Yeah. While we were in my car, I played some of the podcasts to when I was talking about Scott, and he was just laughing his ass off. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really, really liked it. I couldn't believe it. And I said, yeah, we'll have to have you on the show sometime. And he was excited, so he's down for it sometime.
Dang.
Yeah, I know.
I know you were waiting all week to tell me that. I had some weird feeling. Not that it was going to be that exactly. That's a bit better than I could have expected, but that is really cool.
Yeah, no, he really, I was very shocked. He was really into it. And I said it's actually an internet show called a podcast. It's not on the radio. And he's like, is that good or bad? And I said, well, it's probably more of a good thing because no one really listens to the fucking radio anymore.
Yeah.
And I told him that people can play it and pause it and skip and fast rewind and do all that shit. So, you know, I was just telling him all that kind of stuff. And, yeah, he was very interested. And, like, yeah, you just got to just it's just a phone call. And you're just talking to me and my cousin. You just talk the way that you normally do and tell some stories. And people would love to hear from you. And then I told him how, do you remember that one time when we were hanging out with our other cousins and so-and-so asked if he actually worked at Walmart? And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you think he would think it's weird if I went up and asked him for an autograph when he was at Walmart?
Yeah.
So I told Scott that, and he laughed at that. And I said, yeah, so if some people ask you for a selfie or an autograph, give it to them. And he's like, well, maybe if they buy me like a donut or something, I'll do it.
I'll keep that in mind next time I see him at Walmart.
Yeah, just go up to him with a donut, and he will be happy.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, he tells me shit like, oh, I steal shit from Walmart all the time. I'll go grab a donut, and then I'll be like, you know what? Fuck you guys, and he'll eat it.
That's awesome.
But my favorite thing that I've been wanting to talk to you about is I have a new story for all of you beautiful listeners out there that my Uncle Scott just filled me in on while I was with him on Saturday.
Oh, boy.
So,
this is going to be good.
Him and I were sitting there, and I don't know what brought this up, but Scott says, well, I was sitting in my apartment room, and remind you guys, he lives in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house with a nice view of the bay. Actually, it's a little bit bigger than a fucking closet, but
yeah,
that's how Scott likes to describe it.
The penthouse.
And, yeah, it's a penthouse. Yeah, he has his own private bay, private lake out back. No, it's literally a coat closet. So as the train comes in and decides to ruin this fucking story, you know what? I fucking hate trains. When I'm playing Xbox with you cocksuckers, everybody always has to give me shit for the fucking train, and for some reason it just triggers me for some fucking odd reason.
Just comes at all the bad times.
Stupid. Yeah, seriously, gosh. Why can't it come when I'm fucking somebody so then the train can cover up her moans so then I don't have my RA beating down my door threatening to kick me off of campus?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it could be much more convenient.
Yeah, no, but anyways, so he said he was sitting in his apartment, and he had to go to the bathroom. So he says, I got up and I went to go to the bathroom, and there was someone in there, and he goes, fuck. So he goes back to his apartment, in his room, and sits there, and then he goes up again to the bathroom, and someone's still in there, and he goes, fuck. So then he goes to go in the shower, and somebody's in there. And then he goes back in his room, and I thought he had to piss because he was going to go in the shower. And all out of nowhere, he goes, then I started thinking, well, I guess I'm going to have to shit my pants.
Oh, my God. No.
He says, I guess I'm going to have to shit my pants, but I don't really want to do that. That's what he says. So he goes back out, and there's somebody is still in the bathroom and someone's still in the shower, and he goes back in his room and he says, now it's getting urgent. Mm-hmm. And Scott starts frequently looking around his room for something to shit in. And then he looks at me and he says, I shit right in my cooler.
Oh my God. This poor cooler.
And I laughed loud, dude. We were out eating lunch and everything. People around us. I started laughing my ass off. I was like, that little cooler that you take to lunch? And he's like, yeah, my little red one, the one that I take all my food in. So I shit right in the cooler.
You'd think of all people on this planet, he would be the first person to just walk out in the middle of the street and just shit.
Yeah, seriously, I couldn't believe it. He shat, and it's a little cooler too. It isn't like those huge coolers that you see at parties. I mean, it's like a little lunchbox cooler, and he shit right in it. He said he set it down and sat right on his cooler and shit in it.
Oh my god.
And then he says he
so
went to
awesome.
the shower and wiped it out.
So I want to know why he has a closet-sized room and shares a bathroom and a shower with other people.
Yeah, no, it's on the floor, so he shares it with the floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, poor
That's
bastard.
terrible.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, he shit in his cooler and he went in the shower and cleaned it all up.
Oh my
And I bet you Scott still eats out of it too.
All the sandwiches smell a little funky.
Yeah, seriously. And then he said there's another time where he had to shit in the bathroom was close, so he went in the shower and shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so he went in the shower and shit, and he said he painted the walls. That's what he did.
Oh no.
Yeah, painted the walls. And I said, did you at least clean it off? And he's like, yeah, no, I should have fucking left it, though. Just, you guys only want to put one bathroom up here, so Scott just shits all over the fucking walls. Instead, he had to waffle stomp it down the drain.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so, and then, he wanted to, we went to some mall for food, and they had a security there at the mall, obviously, and he wanted to apply to be a security guard there, and he said, when we were sitting there eating ice cream, he said, well, I'm going to go take a shit. And I said, okay, you going to go to the security guard thing too? And he says, yeah, I'm going to go talk to him. He said, I'm going to walk up to him and say, hey, are you guys hiring? Don't answer that question right now. I'm going to go paint your walls.
Oh no. That's how he introduces himself.
Yeah, yep, and that's how the company knows that he's a winner, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
So
You don't even need a resume.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's kind of the update of Uncle Scott. He shit in his cooler and shit all over the shower, and I promise there's more stories to Scott than him just shitting himself. So,
Yeah.
that's not all he does, but we will definitely have him out on the podcast someday. He sounds like he's pretty interested
That's so cool.
in it.
Yeah, I would never have guessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he was actually really into it. I couldn't believe it. Like, he was listening to our show and was laughing at it and everything like that. So, yeah, he's interested. So I'm excited to see how that goes. But it won't be for a couple months before we get him on. But
Yeah. Probably in the summer or something. I don't know if we'd want to do a sit-down thing with him or,
yeah.
like you said, over the phone or something. But
Yeah, we'll have to figure out how we do that, but he'll definitely be in a phone call with us some way or another, whether it be live or in person, or live or over the Discord call. So,
yeah. Yeah, I could see him not being very great with the, last week was my first name drop. I could see him just spouting off.
yeah, well, he calls me Jew and shit like that, so he doesn't even call me by my real name, so.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, if I just don't tell him your name, we should be fine.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know me. I've only been at, however many family gatherings,
Yeah.
birthdays and all that.
Yeah. No, I tried describing you to him, and he had no idea. So I'm like, well, if you saw him, you probably would know. He has one of those unforgettable looks to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll keep you guys posted when I have more Uncle Scott stories. So I'm sure I'll have plenty more to tell you guys. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They're always amazing.
Absolutely. So I see you did a little bit of research though for our show today. You want to talk about some of the stuff that you found?
Yeah. So, I know this is the topic that set me off last week, but Burger and myself play Xbox, and sometimes we get together in person, drink a little bit and play some games. One of the big games that we like to play is Outlast. There's other scary games, we've kind of tried and figured out they're shit or whatever. They're just too big brain for us. So we're trying to figure out puzzles and all that while we're plastered, and it's not a good combination.
Yeah, too big brain for us while we're drunk out of our mind, I want to add.
Yeah, we can hardly walk to the bathroom. So yeah, we've been getting into Outlast. We ended up finished the first game a couple weeks ago, and we ended up going out and buying the Whistleblower expansion as well as Outlast 2. So we haven't beaten those yet, but we have started Whistleblower, and like all those games are just amazing. So we were excited when we heard that there was a new game coming out. Now, this game isn't going to be like in the main line of Outlast 1 and Outlast 2. It's kind of like it's still in the same universe, but it's going to be like it's not related to the main story or anything. And it's called the Outlast Trials.
Okay.
And the company, which is Red Barrel, said that this is a huge risk for them because what they're doing is, I don't know if you guys know, but Outlast is a little single-player first-person game where you run around abandoned hospitals or whatever and try and run away from big monsters that are trying to get you and everything. It's
all right.
Utterly terrifying.
This is where I got to cut Bert off because he is not describing this game.
It's pants-shittingly terrifying.
In the way that it needs to be described. So I'm going to just jump in real quick and talk about the old Outlast, Bert. Bert. There we go. We're getting better at this. I'm going to jump in and talk about the old Outlast before you get into the new one, just so our viewers here can have a good experience. Yeah, Outlast is fucking terrifying. It came out a handful of years ago, and it got really popular on YouTube from Let's Players playing it, and it became pretty, huge, and I watched all of the Outlast playthroughs with Markiplier, and I was always real interested in them, and I thought they were super interesting. Like, the story behind them was good, and just the concept and the gameplay was good, but I was too scared to play it, so I had to watch someone else play it. And I always had to have my little brother watch them with me because I was too scared to watch them by myself. And then Bert and I decided to play through all of them.
Yeah, we can only.
And the only way we can do that, yeah, exactly. The only way we can do it is when we are drunk out of our fucking mind. So
yeah. It's still plenty scary, but it definitely dulls a lot of it.
Yeah, we definitely get terrified. So basically, you're this investigator reporter that goes into an abandoned asylum, and in the asylum is a bunch of patients that were just left in the building that had a bunch of experiments done to them. So their brains are all cut open and they look fucking disgusting and gross, and they're really horny, so they're always jerking themselves off, and they're naked, and you see cocks and everything like that, and it's very, very gory, and it's very, very scary, and you're getting chased by all of these big mentally insane people. And the big thing with Outlast that made it so popular is you cannot fight back. The only thing you can do is run or hide. So that's the most terrifying part is you see something, you can't shoot it, you can't punch it, you have to turn around and run. And you'll go into a locker and hide in it or hide under a bed, and you just have no idea if this cocksucker knows you're in there. So yeah.
Oh yeah, when he finds you, it's yeah, no, it is very violent.
Yup, and there's lots of jump scares in it too, and it's, like I said, it's super fucking gory too. So that's my 2 cents with it. I had to jump in and say something because Bert was just not giving it justice. So yeah, and then the theme kind of goes along with Outlast Whistleblower and Outlast 2. So
yeah, Outlast 2, you're in more of a rural setting. you're dealing with a big cult, so now you have crazy people with symbols and shit carved into their skin running around, and I guess, yeah, don't want to spoil it, but everybody's all fucked. So
yeah, no, and you said this new one coming out isn't related to 1 or 2, but I guess 2 really wasn't related to 1 either. At least I don't think it was.
I think if you watch videos on it, and like if the person who you watched play it, or when we play it, which it's not gonna happen, but whoever's playing it, if you go through the whole game looking for all like the little secrets and all that, and you read all the little diaries and all that, it ends up saying that like some of the science or whatever, like the scientists were kind of doing different tests and all that, and it kind of, I don't know if it sprouted from 2, like if 2 is kind of the prequel to 1 or however it works. I have no idea, but it's pretty convoluted, but in somehow, like some way they're connected.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the story then with this new one.
So, for the new one, this Outlast Trials, it's supposed to be in the Cold War era, whatever that means. And I ended up looking it up, of course, because I'm dumb. And
it's like the 60s, isn't it?
Yeah, it says it starts in 1946 and ends in 1991.
Okay.
So that's a pretty big thing. But it's like there's basic technology. So in the 40s, you know, it's like early 50s, I guess, by the time it really like got crazy. And then early 90s. So there should be some technology and all that. And you can kind of see it in the picture. I don't know if we want to throw it up, but
sure. Yeah, we can do that.
So there's been some different speculation on what exactly their little teaser pic means, because actually, before we get into that part, another big part of this game is that they're actually opening it up. That's what I was getting at earlier. The big risk that the company's taking is they're opening it up to 4-player. So now we're going to be able to play it at the same time.
Together. Boy, I don't like that.
So it's 4-player co-op. It's not 4-player like versus or whatever. So we're all working together at one goal.
Don't like that. I like when I get too scared, I can just give it to you, Bert. And I'm like, all right, your fucking turn.
Yeah, I know. You can still play it single player, I guess. But some of the different speculations on how it's all going to work is I'm hoping it's not right, but they're all wearing these weird headsets like over their eyes. It kind of looks like some Splinter Cell shit, but it could also just be like the night vision goggles or whatever,
the characters.
But there's some people, the characters, so
this can be in fucking VR.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that it's not going to be in VR, otherwise we're fucked.
Holy shit.
Because I'm not spending $500, $800 just to play Outlast. You know?
God damn.
But hopefully that's not the deal. But if it's not, then yeah, it could be. I guess it's probably around this time frame where the goggles are still clunky and all that. So it could be night vision, you know, because it kind of goes along with all the other games. You're always suspended in darkness. You know, constantly you have your camcorder out.
Yeah,
you know?
Instead of the camera.
Yeah, so you might all be running around with these weird night vision goggles or whatever, which could also be really cool. So it's either one of the two. I'm really hoping it's not a VR game. That would be super lame. But also the way they're saying it's a big step, it very well could be. But other than that, people are kind of thinking that it could be like, I guess I just saw it in some different comment sections, YouTube videos and all that, but people are thinking that it could be like the Saw games. I never really played those, but I guess the idea is you're running around trying to find certain objects that may be like keys or whatever to unlock rooms and all that. And then you're all trying to find this item through different rooms or whatever, and then you got to
yeah, I mean,
kind of like
Outlast itself was just like that. Like, you had to go turn the water off, to go turn the heat off, to go up an elevator or some shit like that.
Yeah, so it might even be like that, oh god, what is that, the Jason Friday the 13th game? Or that Dead by Daylight. It might be similar to that, but with 4 people, and it'd be more story-based, you know, which could be really cool.
I gotcha. And anybody in the audience that was thinking this, because I just was, since the setting was in the 40s to the 90s.
Yeah.
Night vision was invented in 1930s. I just Googled it,
Oh,
so
dang.
I was like, damn, I don't know if goggles were invented back then, or night vision goggles, but Google tells me that it's correct. So
yeah. So it's either going to be like really primitive, or it's going to be like actually decent ones, depending on, you know, if they go early or if they go later towards the 90s. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely cool food for thought, you know?
Yeah, no, I saw something on Red Barrel's Twitter. It was, and speaking of Twitter, you guys should totally follow us at BurtnBurger on Twitter.
Nice segue.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I can find it, because they said something. They were, ooh, I do see the goggle things.
Yeah.
Wow, those are legit fucking goggles. Yeah, that
Yeah.
has to be just night vision.
Yeah.
That is a weird looking.
They
Oh,
look
are you-
out, too.
Are you talking about the picture where the guy's raising his hands up in the air with the other two?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, you know what? I bet you that's not VR. I bet you that is.
Yeah, no, they look more like
How they
night vision.
see.
But it could be some cute little artistic thing where they're like, yeah, we're just going to make it look like that. I don't know. It was a bit of a stretch. The other one definitely makes way more sense, but yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, what I was going to say is they said something on, I don't remember what they said, but they were like, now time to get into our new game where we talk about, where we are going to develop, I don't know what it said, like a story, jump scares, and of course, gore.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I can't tell you guys this enough. If you guys haven't seen any gameplay of Outlast, it is famous for the amount of gore it has in these games.
Even in the second game, they have, like, the main character getting crucified.
Yeah.
Literally just watching yourself getting nails drilled through your hands. It's like, okay.
Well, wasn't there like a pile of dead babies too, or something like that, like at the very beginning?
Whatever.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It probably was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to get into that again and see how it turns out. So I didn't even know they were making one. I just randomly Googled it, and I was like, hey, Bert, you should definitely look into this a little bit more to see if we could talk about it. So
Yeah. I don't know if, like, I haven't heard anything about them making an Outlast 3 yet, but I would assume, because I think the way they, like, introduced this was kind of like, yeah, a new game we're making, you know? So it's kind of showing that they're still invested in the series, at least, you know?
So, is it called Outlast Trials?
Yeah. So,
It's not just called Trials?
no, it's the Outlast Trials.
Okay, so they definitely... Okay, because you even said it was going to be in the same universe, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, no, so we will talk about that more as more information comes out. Is there a release date or anything like that?
Nope. Everything is
Okay.
just... Oh, and also... Well, like, I guess all the extra stuff about all the theories and all that are just theories. So they haven't really released anything other than it's 4-player. But, yeah, that's literally it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's officially, it's officially something they're working on, all that, too. So it is definitely coming out, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. We'll have to keep everybody posted on that to see what it looks like. So... But anyways, this is a nice segue because you brought it up. You said it's like the Saw games.
Yeah.
That's what people are saying. So I just sent a thing on our Discord about an hour ago or so. I don't know if you saw it. But
yeah, I ended up watching it.
Yeah, so it is a trailer for this new movie that has Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson in it. And it turns out it is another Saw movie. And
I
yes,
had no idea at first.
you heard me correctly. Chris Rock is in a Saw movie. You know, that funny black guy from Grown Ups and all those other movies, and the zebra from Madagascar. Yeah, that guy is in the new Saw movie. Now I knew he was in a spooker. I couldn't remember which one it was. And when I watched that trailer, I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. And then I realized, holy shit, this is that Saw movie. So, I'm really excited for it. Like, Samuel L. Jackson is in it too, and I thought I heard him say something like, "Do you want to play a game, motherfucker?" And I'm like, "Ooh."
Oh, it was perfect. Yeah, I was just gonna say his one line in the trailer was perfect.
Yeah. So, I'm interested to see how Chris Rock does as a serious actor.
You can kind of tell a little bit. Like, I don't know. I think he looks pretty good on it. Like, because it's all facial features and all that with scary stuff. You really gotta try and read him. But he's pretty convincing.
Yeah, his voice. I don't know how I'm gonna handle that. I've listened to his stand up before, so it'll be weird to hear the stand up comedian.
Oh yeah, that's
being in Saw. I'm excited to watch that. It looked really cool.
Like,
so
I had no idea it was like Saw. I'm almost wondering if it's like a. I guess it's usually how movie companies like to do their trailers nowadays, but it could almost be like a Joker thing, where that's just kind of towards the tail end. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. They can probably only show so much gore.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I'm excited for that one. That one sounds pretty cool. But the reason why I wanted to talk about movies is the Oscars are coming up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so...
They haven't happened yet? What the heck? They talked about them a couple weeks ago.
I thought it was in a couple of days. When are the Oscars? Yep, it's on the 9th, and today's the 5th, so...
So it should be probably a day or two after this comes out.
Yeah, so... the nominations came out in January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That must have been it.
Yeah, so I wanted to spend a minute talking about that. I know we talked about video games a lot last week, so we'll kind of jump into movies this time, because here at BurtnBurger, we talk about literally anything and everything, including cock and balls. So I kind of just wanted to talk about some of the nominations that they have for the movies this year. And also, there are a ton of actors that have never won an Oscar. And there are some actors that haven't even been nominated for an Oscar. So, I definitely wanted to talk about that too, because I was surprised by that list a little bit. But anyways, I got a list up of what we have. So, for movies that are nominated for Best Picture, Ford versus Ferrari. I really wanted to see that, but I never got around to it.
Yeah, me neither.
The Irishman, that's the 3-hour movie on Netflix.
Yeah. That one looks really good too.
I thought you ended up watching it. Did you not?
No, me and my family were going to, and then we saw it was like 3.5 hours, whatever, and it's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, a Netflix movie got in there. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit.
I wondered what that was. I think that was kind of like a...
Is that a kid movie? What the fuck is it?
No, I thought it was too. I think it's like a... It's like more of a... I don't know. It almost kind of gave me like an Inglourious Bastards vibe.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely what it is. It's something like that. Yeah. Okay. That one's on there. They like really pick on Hitler,
I heard it.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
Of course it was. It was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Joker's on there. Great movie. Love that movie. I actually went on a long rant on my Facebook about why I think it should be mandatory for people to watch Joker, like, at a young age.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's...
I remember that.
I don't want to dive into it too deeply, but it really shows a lot about mental health and what a failed government system can do to a person, and how the Joker easily could have been treated if people were more respectful towards him and just had a better healthcare system and plan. and then he ends up being one of the most infamous criminals in history just because the system failed him. So I think it's a great film for people to watch, and also people were bullies to him. They were dickheads to him when he was just trying to be nice and make people laugh.
Yeah.
And he ended up, being a fucking crazy maniac. And I honestly think society is what created the Joker, at least according to the movie here. So,
oh yeah,
if we as a culture can make monsters like that, then I think we need to do something
Change
about
some
it.
shit up.
Yeah. So yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to go into it too much, but yeah, I think that one definitely deserves the Oscar there. But Little Women is another one. Don't know too much about that one besides my girl Emma Watson is in it. So, did you know that Emma Watson and I went to school together?
No.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, we actually went to school together and we dated for a little bit, but I broke up with her because she was too tall for me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. It was when I lived in England.
Yeah.
Or wherever she's from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Emma Watson. Whew, that's my lady. She's been my girl for a long time. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's the Brad Pitt and DiCaprio one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Quentin Tarantino's movie. It looks good.
He was busy. Wasn't he in... He was in The Irishman, too?
Which one?
DiCaprio. Or
I
no.
don't think so.
That's the old... No, the other... Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Yeah, he was in The Joker and The Irishman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess DiCaprio was the... He's the Titanic guy.
Yup. Yeah.
There
I was
we go.
going to say, fucking wasn't Joe Pesci, the guy from Home Alone.
No.
Marriage Story, don't know what that is. Parasite, don't know what that is. And 1917, that war movie. That one actually looked pretty good.
That looked kind of
I heard that one was like a masterpiece of cinematography.
Yeah, they ended up... I don't know if you saw the ads on YouTube. They were everywhere. But they recorded the entire thing in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was insane.
Yeah. No, I heard that. So it literally wasn't. It wasn't literally in one shot, but it was.
Yeah, but
it was shown that way to make it look like it was one shot.
Yeah,
I guess. So, in a lot of shots,
they would like stop in the same place.
Yeah.
Record.
Yeah. So yeah, no, a 2-hour movie wasn't recorded in one fucking shot. That's impossible.
Yeah. Whatever.
But yeah. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that one. So those are the best pictures. Out of all of those ones, Bert, if you had to choose one to get the Oscar, which one would you choose?
Oh gosh. Well, I like the idea of The Irishman. But I guess Joker was the only one I ended up watching, and that was really good, so probably have to be that one.
Yeah. It wouldn't be bad if a Netflix movie got an Oscar win, I think. I think that would be good for the platform and video streaming in general, to where they would make more quality content. So
yeah, that would be nice. I was about to say, I don't know if they need too much more too much more exposure. They're pretty huge, but
yeah, that too. But now there's supporting roles. I don't really want to get into that. Foreign language, nah. Documentary, nope.
No thanks.
Nope. Documentary feature, no thanks. Original song, gay.
Yeah.
Animated feature film. Okay, so animation films, How to Train Your Dragon. Fuck, they're still making more of those movies.
Those came out a long time
I feel like they
ago.
have like 12 of those now.
They even have a TV show.
Do they really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Wow. How to Train Your Dragon, I Lost My Body, Claws, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4. I haven't seen any of those. I really want to see Toy Story 4. Those were my movies when I was a kid. Toy Story was. So
Yeah. I've heard they're pretty
yeah,
good.
those ones were dope. And I think Toy Story 3 won an Oscar for it, so they don't necessarily need one, but it would be cool if they got another one.
Yeah.
Adapted screenplay. I wonder if that means like books turned into movies or something like that.
Screenplay?
No, it's adapted. Adapted screenplay.
Probably.
And then original screenplay.
Maybe.
Um,
Or a new take on the same thing. I know they've done that before.
okay.
But
Holy shit, there's a ton of... You can get nominated for literally anything. So let's wrap this up here with... I would like to go into the actresses, but there really is nothing there to talk about. Ooh, I feel like that could come back and bite me in the ass.
Fucking...
Okay, since Bert said fuck it. Actor in the leading role. So there's Antonio, whatever his name is. I don't even want to say his last name. Banderas.
Brown?
Yeah, Antonio Brown in the actor in a leading role. Yeah, no. This Spanish guy I see in a bunch of movies. He's in Pain and Glory for a leading role. Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver in Marriage Story. Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes. And Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. So I thought Joaquin did an awesome job in Joker. So I feel like...
Oh, that was the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah. No, so...
You made it pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think that's pretty much it, because basically for director, it's the same guys that are, the Irishman director, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood director.
Oh,
so,
I see.
yeah, no, other than that, I mean, basically it is 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Irishman, Joker, and it's looking like Little Women. Other than that, it looks like a lot of that's what most of the nominations are going for.
Surprised there weren't more. Well, I guess that's probably popular ones. Surprised there wouldn't be more artsy stuff that we would have no idea what they were.
Yeah, no, like once I'm going down a little bit in like visual effects. There's Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, The Lion King. Holy shit, Avengers Endgame. I just realized that came out.
That did come out last year.
That didn't get nominated for an Oscar, or no actors from it or nothing. I heard superhero movies or action movies in general just get shit on when it comes to Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can see why. There's so many of them,
But yeah, it doesn't matter if there's still talent in it, then...
Yeah, that's a good point. What the hell?
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably because it's a bunch of, nope, I'm definitely not going down that road. Nope, I'm...
Fucking hunks.
Bert says he doesn't want to talk about politics, so I'm not going to do that.
I mean, I don't care. I just think it get boring, but yeah.
Alrighty, moving on. So
Yeah.
Going on more Oscar talk here. I wanted to talk about some actors that have never won an Oscar. So they have been nominated for one, but they haven't won one yet.
Oh, wasn't DiCaprio? He was in that boat for quite a while. And
he was a huge meme for a long time until he
Yes.
won one for Revenant. So, yeah. So,
there's probably some good ones.
yeah, we'll start the list off with Robert Downey Jr. He has not won one yet.
Damn.
He has been nominated for Best Actor and nominated for Best Support Actor, but he hasn't won one yet. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has not won one yet. He's
That's
a huge
insane.
actor. Yeah. Yeah, he was nominated for a couple, or 3 altogether. Harrison Ford has never won one. That's crazy.
Wow. How long have they been doing the Oscars?
Oh, fuck, forever.
That motherfucker's old as hell. You'd think he'd have one by now.
I'm pretty sure, like, let me look it up. I think it's like the 30s, 1929.
God damn.
Yep. So Harrison Ford has had time to get in there.
Fucker's slacking.
Yep, he's been nominated once. That's it.
Wow. That's kind of insulting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's only been nominated one time. Joaquin Phoenix, he hasn't won one either.
I don't remember him other than Joker.
Yeah, no, he was in Gladiator and he was in Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie. He was legit Johnny Cash. I thought he won an Oscar for being Johnny Cash.
Huh.
That's crazy. Johnny Depp hasn't won one.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he was nominated for Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, so not even like the good ones.
What the heck?
I think
that might be the other thing, is that some of these actors are playing really big movies, but in the same years that, like, you know, they just get shadowed by crazy stuff like Joker or, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
All these other big films.
Edward Norton hasn't won one yet.
Okay.
He's dope. I like Edward Norton a little bit. Bill Murray.
Oh, man.
He's only been nominated once, and it was in 2004.
I wonder what that would be. Zombieland?
Absolutely not. Lost in Translation.
Oh, I was close.
John Travolta.
Johnny T. What the heck?
Yeah.
Now Grease? That might be the biggest movie of all time.
He wasn't even nominated for anything with Grease.
Jeez.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction and Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, Pulp Fiction too. What the heck?
Liam Neeson. Schindler's List is all he's been nominated for.
Okay.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Samuel L. Jackson. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in Pulp Fiction as well. So
I feel like he doesn't play very many big roles. Like, he's got big characters and all that, but they're never, like, main characters. At least from the movies I know of, but I'm also not...
I think he's a big supporting actor, I feel like. But
yeah. Like the eye patch guy from...
Nick Fury.
Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
so...
a big one.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a list according to time.com. I just pulled it off of their website, so if any of that's wrong, it's their fucking fault. But
Yeah.
so those are people that haven't won one. Now I just want to quickly talk about actors that haven't even been nominated for one.
Okay.
So I think just about every one of those actors was nominated for one.
Oh, that's good. A little bit of recognition. I thought they were just...
Yeah, no, these are people that haven't even been nominated.
Okay.
So, what the fuck is going on? So, this list is according to Variety.com. So, once again, if any of these are wrong, blame Variety. Don't
There you go.
blame
Yeah.
BurtnBurger for this.
Gotta cover ourselves.
And I don't want to spend too much time on this because some of these actors are like, whatever, I don't really care. But Scarlett Johansson, never been nominated for one. She's been a big actress for a while. You know, Black Widow from the Marvel movies. She hasn't been nominated. Jim Carrey has never been nominated for one.
Oh, he might be my favorite actor of all time.
I think that's a damn shame because this man is an actor. Boy, can he fucking
Oh, it's amazing.
act his ass
Dude,
off. It's
did
amazing.
you see it? He has like this new Goofy TV show where he's kind of like a, I think he's kind of like a, wow, okay. Let's say, see how many more times I can say it.
Yeah, take your time.
He is, he's like a, what the fuck?
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Jim Carrey plays a Mr. Rogers type of character.
Yeah, I've seen parts of that on Showtime. It's
kind of disturbing.
Oh yeah, no, it's Fox. Have you
Yeah.
watched any of it?
I watched, like, for some reason, I got a YouTube ad that was an entire episode.
So you just
an
sat there
ad.
and watched the whole thing?
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, what am I even here for? But yeah, no, it was like a whole 45, 50-minute video or whatever. And it was pretty good. Like, it was insane. It's him, like, going through some weird pyramid scheme or whatever. But just in that alone, after seeing him in all these comedies and all that, it kind of had a weird Joker feel to it, too. So I thought...
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, no, I've definitely watched a couple episodes. It's weird. I remember there was this episode where this dad was talking to his little girl, and he says, all right, take these groceries in. I'll be in a minute. I'm just going to talk to the neighbor here. And she said, okay. And then she walked in, and then she turned around to look at her dad for something, and the dad was getting tugged off by the neighbor, and it was a guy.
Oh,
it was
God.
2 guys.
Wow. Not wasting any time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Jim Carrey's been in some weird movies lately. There was this other one that I saw him in, and there was so much fucking in it.
Yeah?
There was so much fucking in it. Yeah, my mom got it and everything, and she's like, hey, Jim Carrey's got a new movie, and it was just fucking left and right. And she's like, okay, well, you can finish this. I'm not.
Yeah. I had to tap out.
Yeah, no, but he sadly has never been nominated for an Oscar. I think that's a damn shame. I think he is an excellent actor.
Oh.
Moving on, Alan Rickman, Snape from the Harry Potter movies, and
Oh, okay.
he played in Die Hard as well. He's never been nominated. Idris Elba has never been nominated. I feel like
Oh, I was going to ask about him.
This, I don't know. At least me personally, I never even heard of this motherfucker until recently.
What do you mean? You went to go watch The Dark Tower? Unless that counts as recently. That was the first.
Yeah, no, like in the past 5 years or so, I have not even
He's good. Like, he's serious.
heard of this guy.
It just wrapped right into the movie. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, he is a good actor. I like him.
Oh, yeah.
The first thing I know him from is the Thor movies, where he's the guy in
Oh, he is, isn't he?
the gold suit with the sword that teleports people places.
Yeah, little Guardian dude.
Yeah, that's all. And then I've seen him in movies since then, but before that, I don't think I know of him from anything. So, but I like him
Not
a lot.
really.
He's a really cool actor. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through. Don't care about most of these people. Steve Buscemi.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gosh, that funny looking bastard.
Yes. I love
John Goodman. That one surprises me.
it. Ooh. Never mind. You're probably going to say it. I'll let you get to it.
I don't know. John Goodman has a really legendary voice. He's the one that plays Sully from Monsters Inc. and he plays.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I looked him up. Yes, I love this guy. Oh, he's another one. What the heck?
Yeah, he was in The Big Lebowski. I think it was Paja was his name in The Emperor's New Groove with the
The
emperor that turns into the llama. Yeah.
Okay.
He plays a lot of.
Oh, the Big Lebowski's great.
Yeah. He always says, "Shut the fuck up, Danny." I think that's what the guy's name is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love John Goodman. He's awesome. I'm surprised he hasn't even been nominated. Jeff Goldblum. That one kind of surprises me too.
Mm-hmm.
He plays in Jurassic Park, and he also plays as
He's
Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok. He's the Grandmaster. So
Grandmaster.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Bert hasn't watched more than 6 movies in his life, so I just ignore him.
No, when you said that, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, that's a biggie.
Yeah, world's first Playboy model.
Didn't know that.
Yep. And Michael B. Jordan. Never been nominated one. So,
What the heck? Even after Black Panther?
yeah. Black Panther and Creed. I mean, Creed was huge.
What?
Creed and Creetude and the Fantastic Four, the reboot, Avi.
Yeah, duh.
Oh my goodness. Fantastic Four is one of my favorite superhero stuff. So when they rebooted that, I was so happy, and me and good buddy went and saw that together at the theater, and I was so fucking disappointed in it.
No way.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was so fucking bad. It flopped so hard. So they're rebooting it again though, since Disney bought Fox. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, hopefully they don't fuck this one up.
Yeah. I don't know. Given their track record, it's a hit or miss.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, but yeah, that's just some Oscar talk. I wanted to spend a little bit of time on that with you guys here today. Just because that's coming up this weekend, and I'm sure we will touch up on who won next week if
Oh, yeah?
if any of the people we liked won. But if we don't talk about it ever again, it's because we don't really give a shit about who won. So
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, so I'll definitely check out the winners, and if it's anything interesting, I'll touch up on it with you guys next week. But moving on, this is something that I kind of wanted to talk about on the podcast for a little bit now, and I was just wondering, Bert, if you had any kind of strange talents or special talents. Can you think of anything off the top of your head?
Within like a week of me knowing somebody, I get really, really good at making them not like me anymore. That's a big one.
Yeah.
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 No, I'm pretty good at being annoying. That's the main one that stands out.
Okay. Well, that's kind of not what I was going for, but I'm glad that's the first thing that came on your mind. Maybe you could think of something else as I tell my story here, but I was thinking of this
Probably
the other
not.
day. For some reason, I don't know why, but I always have people come up to me and ask me if I can take a picture of them. Like groups or something like that, where they're like touring or something like that. Like they're just checking out a new city or something like that. And I'm out walking around and like, hey, can you take a picture of us? It happens all the time. I don't know why.
Like that huge group of people we had last time I came over.
Oh, that was you that I was with. I couldn't remember who I was with.
All these old ladies like on some goofy trip. It was like at 8 or 9 at night.
It was like a party bus, and it was like a bunch of moms that were like in their 40s. They weren't MILFs either, guys.
Oh.
No, it was literally a bunch of moms. It was really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but like that, yeah, I always have people asking me to take pictures of them. I don't know why. Like when I went to Disney World way back in the day, like 8th grade, I remember people were asking me to take pictures of them and their family too and shit like that. It's just, I don't know if I just give off this likable vibe or, hey, that looks like a guy that won't steal my camera, because I'm sure when they see you, they're like, he might sell it for drugs or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, heck, maybe that's the thing. I was gonna say, I mean, heck, I was the person who, the homeless guy came up to when he wanted money. Right?
Exactly.
Maybe he was just like, hey, you know what I'm going through. It's like, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bert has a talent of giving more money to people that aren't satisfied with the amount of money that he gave them.
Yeah, I was going to say the one thing that now I honestly think that you would also agree with me on is one of my best talents and all that is how good I am at getting lucky and guessing.
Yeah. Oh, and we talked about that a little bit last week with video games and stuff like that. But all like the stupid shit that Bert gets away with, like we'll play games where you have to like climb a ladder to get from point A to point B, and he will find a fucking way to do that without the ladder. Like I don't know fucking how he does it. And we were playing GTA and we were in one of my buildings that I own, and I spent a long time running around that building trying to find a way to fall off the ceiling.
Oh, that's right.
Because you could go up in the rafters and shit. And I couldn't do it. And I said, Bert, I dare you to find something. Within like 45 seconds, he was already falling and smacking onto the floor.
Is this supposed to be hard?
Yeah. No. So, yeah, Bert definitely gets real lucky with that. But as far as like strange talents go, yeah, I always have people asking me to take pictures of them. I can also play the guitar, but with my penis.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I imagine that would get old really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I got a nylon string guitar, so it's a little bit softer than the metal strings.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember when I was showing it to you last time you were here.
The guitar playing part, yeah, there's no dicks involved.
There's no weenie whacking.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had this one girl that I was talking to that I met on Tinder. that, we were getting funky with it, and she was sending me these videos and pics and stuff like that. And she wanted me to send her a video of me playing my guitar naked.
Oh, okay.
And, my name gives it away, but Burger ain't the skinniest guy.
No.
I definitely wouldn't say I'm, like, fat or anything. I'm a pretty thick boy.
Yeah.
But, sitting down, no shirt on, looks like a smushed burger, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think too many people look very great in that position.
Yeah, no, seriously. So, yeah. Long story short, she got a video, but I'm not proud of it. So, anyways,
yeah, let's glance over that.
yeah, yeah, she was pretty extreme, and yet she only worked at McDonald's. So she was like 23 years old, and here I am going to school for what I'm going to school for. And I'm like, I could lose my career over this. I better stop for fucking McDonald's worker. So,
had to do it.
So yeah, otherwise, I'm pretty decent at fantasy football, at least, knock on wood, but, Bert did just help me design a, t-shirt for my second championship. So
yeah, I suppose that's pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I'm pretty fucking boring and miserable to be around.
Yeah, same.
So, I know that it's not really a strange talent, but it's a good transition. So Madden is probably the big game that I play. That's by far the game that I play the most. And
oh yeah,
I play a lot of Madden. I love building my own teams and working on Ultimate Team and things like that. It's a lot of fun. But for Ultimate Team, they did this thing where they said if you stream the Madden championship or whatever the fuck it was called on Twitch for so many hours, you get a token, and the token can be used to help you unlock a player, blah blah blah. But anyways, I was watching the game, and all it was a bunch of like Madden players going head to head to win a lot of money or something like that.
Okay.
So I guess it was like the best players in the world or something, kind of like what they did with Fortnite.
That's cool.
And yeah, I just remember watching it, and everybody was so motherfucking serious.
Oh no.
They were so serious, and they looked so scared.
Yeah?
I couldn't imagine that. Yeah, no, I remember when I get nervous by myself, just playing Madden online.
Yeah, all the butt clench moments.
Exactly.
You don't know if Madden's gonna fuck you or not.
Yeah.
All the videos you sent. If you had one of them moments happen in the middle of a tournament of all things,
yeah, where it's
dude.
being broadcasted to the world and shit like that. Yeah, no, but they looked so scared. I just wanted to touch on that in this podcast, but they looked so fucking nervous, and it looked like you could like see the sweat just pouring off of their fucking head, dude. I couldn't believe it, but yeah.
So like, what kind of do they have cams and stuff? Like
yeah,
big old football players and all that, or were they just like people like me?
Yeah, they were like people like you.
I see. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no way someone plays in the NFL and also tears it up in Madden too. It's like, come on, man, save some pussy for the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they were just so fucking scared. But yeah, if those moments happened to me when I send them to you, that would be so embarrassing. Guys, I have broken so many controllers over Madden.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane the amount of controllers I've broken over Madden by punching them and beating them against my fucking head and throwing them on the ground and throwing them at fireplaces and the wall and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't know how you handle it. It's well, I guess I do. It's with lots and lots of destroyed controller-shaped pieces of plastic.
Yeah, no, seriously. I remember I fucking football spiked the controller and it started rolling because I guess I threw it at an angle and was chasing my cat down. And she was running for fucking life with her ears pinned back, like while the controller was running after her like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh man, but yeah. So, anyways, we are getting close to the wrap-up point, but we got a little bit more time left. So, I heard good things about the last history thing that I talked about the 10-cent beer night thing.
Yeah, that was a good one.
From episode 1. Yeah, so I figured I would go again and find a little history topic that I can
share with us.
talk about. Yeah, no, so I ended up finding another interesting topic that I can talk about with you guys today. So I have a bunch of YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to. Like I said before, I post shit on iFunny, and I will jump in and do like a little bit more research on it so I can actually talk about it for a couple of minutes on here.
Yeah.
So last time we talked about 10-cent beer night, and today we are going to talk about the real life story of Bloodsport. So, Bert, do you know what Bloodsport is?
Well, I've had, I guess now it'd probably be a week and a half just looking at it and speculating over the week. And I'm really concerned. It either has something to do with ladies and, their stuff.
Or inserting a sanitized finger.
Yes. Into the bum hole. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, or, people just getting the shit pummeled out of them. But whatever it is, I'm pretty excited to hear.
Yeah. Oh, ladies, that's disgusting. You're fucking pig.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's just a whole bunch of, people just doing their thing.
Okay, well, that's not what it is. It's a movie. So...
Oh, goody. Goody.
So it's this movie that has Jean-Claude Van Damme in it.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah, that guy's crazy. He does like the splits between two semis that are moving down a road.
Yes.
That's really crazy. But he's an actor in it. And it's this really crazy movie, and it's really out there and bonkers and out of this world.
Okay.
But and it's based on a true story, actually. So,
oh boy.
But not in the way that you would think. So, Jean-Claude Van Damme movie is based on a true story about a man named Frank Dukes. However, Frank Dukes' story is completely made up. So, it's a movie on a guy. Yeah, it's a movie on a guy that completely made up his life.
What a fucking dick.
So I guess the movie is about if it was real, I guess. Like it actually went through.
Oh, so is it kind of like this character was made up? Or it's a guy who's like, through neurosis, made up his life or whatever?
No, yeah, Frank Dukes is a real life person, and he completely made up this bullshit story that people believed. Okay. And I guess this Bloodsport movie is about the story that he made up. So, let me tell you the story of Frank Dukes. So, okay. Frank Dukes said he served in the military and was stationed in Southeast Asia. He left the army for 3 days to participate in a kumite, which is a secret underground fight club where anything goes.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So, Frank Dukes said he was in the army, and he had to leave a little bit because he had to participate in the kumite.
Seems legit.
Which is this fucking street brawl fight club that nobody knows about.
Yeah, and that's what he just told his officer. Sorry, Chief.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, sorry, I can't do this training camp shit because I got to do this secret ninja fighting club thing in the Bahamas. Yeah. So
I'll go whoop some ass in a basement.
Yeah, so so Dukes did serve in the army. That was true. But there were no reports that he even left the country.
Oh, my God.
And health record comments saying Dukes had flightly and disconnected ideas.
Okay.
So the Army was like, yeah, this dude's fucking crazy.
Oh, so he actually was in the Army.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he really wasn't in the Army. He just never left the USA.
I see.
And his medical reports had comments on them saying he had flighty and disconnected ideas.
Huh. So he's crazy.
Okay. Yep. So let's keep that. Let's keep that because that's very important. So the Kumite does exist. It's just not how Dukes describes it. It's an endurance test in which one man or woman faces 100 opponents consecutively. An individual tries to last the whole time and defeat all of them.
Is it at the same time? Or like...
It says consecutively.
Okay.
So that must mean one right after the other, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just an endurance test. So it's not this thing where it's like a blood brawl where anything goes.
Okay, so you cut out a little bit. So are they fighting 1-on-100 or is it fucking 1-on-100?
Fucking 1-on-100?
Yeah, you gotta see. You said it's an endurance test. You never know.
Yeah, well, I hate to tell you, but I wouldn't be here if it was fucking 1-on-100. I would be joining this Kumite any fucking way that I could.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's fighting 1 versus 100 and consecutively. So,
Lame.
yeah, no. I mean, you just got to look it up on the internet if you want to watch 1-on-100 porn there, Bert.
Oh, okay. Never thought of that.
Yeah, no. So it's not the secret underground club where anything goes.
Fuck
Dukes
right.
is a cunt. Yeah. So Dukes also claims that he won the Medal of Honor for heroism, saved a ton of orphans from pirates, and did secret missions for the CIA.
Wow.
Dukes also says that he won the Kumite in the Bahamas when he left the military for 3 days, but a spokesman for the Kumite said that the event never happened there in the Bahamas or fucking ever.
Oh, no.
Yep. Although all of his information was bullshit, Duke's image sold big time. People fed into these lies that he was saying.
Oh, they're amazing.
And yeah, so because he became popular from his lies, martial art companies used him to get people through the door to increase sales, and he did that. So basically, this guy's going on saying all of these stories about how he was this big war hero and he participated in this big underground club and that he got a Medal of Honor for heroism, saved a ton of orphans from pirates, and did secret missions for the CIA. When the CIA said we don't have anybody named Frank Dukes that works with us, people in the military said he never left the country, and also they said those pictures of medals that he had on him in the picture were not placed in the right spot, so he clearly put them there. But just because they weren't true doesn't mean people didn't believe him.
Okay.
Or did believe him. Didn't believe him. So a bunch of karate companies, I guess, used him as a mascot, and he ended up making the companies a lot of fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
So to the point where a major motion picture was made after him, which was Bloodsport.
Dang. Yeah, that wasn't... I mean, it was pretty close. It was pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Bet.
Frank Dukes still, to this day, keeps up his bullshit. But since everything is from secret CIA missions and secret underground tournaments, it is hard to say with 100% certainty that he is lying.
Dude, conspiracy theory alert. CIA is totally just trying to cover it all up.
Exactly.
He knows what's going on.
Yep. And the video that I got this information from literally says that he is living out the dream of a 10-year-old by saying he is a secret agent karate master.
Oh, come on.
Yup. That's literally all he is,
That's
ladies
all.
and gentlemen.
I wish.
Yeah. And all of it is complete bullshit, but people don't seem to care. And I still love how Frank's Duke to this day. He's like, yeah, no, it's fucking real.
It reminds me of something Uncle Scott would do.
Yeah, no, like to this day, yeah. Scott says the same thing where Scott will have like a scar on his hand. I'm like, where'd you get that scar from? He'll be like, helicopter accident. Yeah, it was from the war. Got shot down in Nam. And Scott will say shit like that. Scott wasn't even.
Okay, Scott.
Yeah, Scott wasn't even born during the Vietnam War, so. So, yeah, but anyways, yeah, I just kind of wanted to wrap up this episode with a little history thing there. I know that you guys like listening to those, and I'll try to find another one for us that we can talk about next time here on the BurtnBurger Show.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so absolutely. Well, is there anything that you would like to add, Bert, before we wrap this episode up?
I'm thinking if we have any more little maintenance things to add, but I think we sorted it out last week. We moved it to Friday Friday in the afternoon, some uploads. So
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yeah, that's about the afternoon.
somewhere around there. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, no, I can't think of anything.
Cool. All right, well, let's wrap the show up. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to this episode of the BurtnBurger Show. Please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and just hit that like button on the channel as well. We're trying really hard to see if we can hop on some other shows as a guest for them, as well as maybe have guests come on our show that are kind of big in the podcast world or up and coming like we are, that kind of vibe with us. So you guys can really help us out by getting better guests on the show by showing us some love and subscribing to the channel and liking the videos and sharing the videos to your beautiful loved ones, because this is such a family-friendly show. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and also check us out on Twitter again at BurtnBurger2, so you can get some more content over there. But other than that, that is all we have for you guys today. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you in episode 4.
Oh yeah. See you guys.
See ya.